are live. At least I think so.
So, we have to talk about our quick draw game today.
But 1 second, let me make sure that we are live and that I'm not being lied to. Yep. There we go.
We indeed exist in the space on the internet at which we are being
Oh my gosh, I can spam hearts in the chat.
Dude.
We are loved, Kuba.
The people love
Oh
us.
my gosh. We're probably the best stream to ever exist with a one viewer, which is myself. 100s in the chat.
Dude.
Oh, this is glorious.
Dude.
I think this is so awesome, bro. We got 2 viewers. Holy.
That's already more than most streamers. We're live and cooking.
Oh my god, we are relevant. We've done it. This deserves a cheers.
This is going to become more popular than the fucking shit, bro.
Holy fuck. Alright. Let's do this thing.
I really need to mute the stream because I can hear myself double and that is very discomforting. Anyways.
That's the first thing you're supposed to do when you're like botting your own stream with your other account. Mute the stream.
No, I'm not botting.
Oh fuck. You know, there's some like Twitch streamers that literally just bought their own stream in order to get onto the front page.
I'm pretty sure that's how plenty of people have become successful.
Kuba Catch, this dude is not botting. We think on the contrary. Thank you for your comment anyway.
But anyways, basically,
I don't like this Kuba Catch guy that's in the stream. Just saying.
I think he's really chill. I think he's chill as hell.
I fucking don't like him. Anyway, continue on.
So, what I'm thinking for the quick draw game.
No, not that.
What?
Roblox Studio. There we go. Oof. Almost pulled up my cat gameplay. My epic cat gameplay.
Aren't you supposed to be focused on the product, Kyle?
Sorry, my bad. You're right, the shareholders.
The shareholders are not going to be pleased at your lack of ineptitude right now. Wait, no, at your ineptitude.
What the fuck is happening right now? Warning, the stream's current bitrate is 26.7, lower than the recommended. The fuck does that mean?
Wah, 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 who cares?
I agree.
So, obviously our core gameplay loop is... You have a gun, you're asked to draw the gun when they say either draw, fire, whatever else.
So I had a different idea actually.
Okay.
And this might be a thing. So instead of just like drawing the gun and like firing, we have like a button press. So like let's say it says 3, 2, 1, fire. You have to like press Q to draw the gun and then maybe like E to shoot. I think that would be pretty sick.
Ooh. So
I'm not sure if this if like the audio is like turning you out. The fucking jazz, I think it might be a bit loud.
I agree that can be interesting. However, I guess I raise a concern to that because it feels like an extra button press that
make the button
doesn't have
round.
any impact.
Maybe
If there's no timing necessary for the second half of the draw. And what I mean by that is, let's say we do use Q and E. If you draw, then is there any space in between when you have to press E to shoot? Because otherwise, you could hypothetically press both buttons at pretty much an identical time.
Kuba's attack height. Okay, thank you. Let me bring the volume of that down and bring this up. Maybe that works. Kuba talk.
Hello.
Is he much louder? Can you hear his sweet succulent voice better.
My beautiful, silky, smooth timbre.
What? No, that's just going too far, bro. That's a bit weird.
Silence, kitten.
Chat, can we get a PDF file in the chat?
Hey, oh, what?
All I'm saying is, might be a bit of a PDF file. Unfortunately, that's okay. Perfect. Okay,
Awesome.
but Doyle here in the chat said that we could make the buttons random. What do you think about that?
I actually also think that's a cool suggestion. So you're not just like ready to
Press
spam
Q
the
and
fuck
E.
out of every single time.
But I believe we should have a set buttons of what it could be doing. Now, here's another question. If we're gonna do that, do we want to have it where you have to press 2 buttons or just 1 button? Where like on the screen it says press F, so you press F and you shoot. Or do you want to have it like F and then like Y or something like that?
Here's my other concern before we even get to that is Roblox Mobile and Roblox on controller. Which are very, very major. Specifically, mobile is a very major market. Controller, maybe not so much. But
Both players get the same button? Maybe. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, both players should get the same button to make it fair. If we're doing that system in regards to implementation on the keyboard. But then, if let's say you're playing on an iPad or an iPhone, we have to create a UI for that. But then I feel like people on mobile devices will always inherently have an advantage because
so my idea is that we just have it like be a small button and it pops up on the screen and then it pops up and then you have another button somewhere else that you have to like do, so you have to like hit it.
I feel like that's easier than having to find a key on a keyboard.
Or maybe
Like
we
if
give them
I'm
like
in
one more.
I think that would be very tricky to balance.
It would be hard. So definitely, yeah.
With a game that inherently is so dependent on milliseconds, that is a major difference in gameplay.
There is.
Whether you play on mobile
Doyle
or
is suggesting that we just like tap and click, but
physically on screen. But like that's the issue is if you make that button appear on screen. If we're using a system
no,
where we
they're
have
saying
that like
they're saying that like both PC and mobile just like tap and click.
oh yeah,
I'm not
Like,
sure. My problem is I'm not sure if that's as engaging as if you like press a button.
I feel like the way they did it, admittedly, in other games where we've seen a mechanic like that, like the quick draw thing, like in what's it called, like in Death Penalty. I felt like that was still very engaging when literally all you had was just a button on screen and you pressed the mouse button or like your physical iPad button to.
The thing that I'm just thinking is that I want to make it more engaging than just that, right? Where you just like press a button and then it does. That's why I'm suggesting like the 2 button thing where you draw the gun and you have to press another button to fire.
So then what if we have a classic mode and then a pro mode, and that's pro mode uses that kind of system and classic mode is just a traditional draw.
Yeah, where
Roblox
maybe
games,
it's just like 1 button.
Yeah.
Or it's always the
Roblox
same button.
games, I feel like flourish inherently from absolute simplicity. Like making it as simple and easy to understand as possible. And while it's still simple and easy to understand, oh, I pressed a button, now I have to press a second button. I feel like that's a bit more confusing without expressing it through like a tutorial as you enter the game or without playing one round first and being confused as to why you lost.
So how about this? In classic mode for PC players, it's either Q and E. If you're going the death penalty. Yeah, but I don't think we're going down the death penalty route. So this is my proposition. We just have it be Q and E, right? For PC players. That way, it's not the same button over and over again. And then on mobile, it's a button that's like just like pops up in a grid. So basically, it can appear not like in the top left of the screen, but in a small subset, and they just have to like tap on it.
I really think for classic mode it would seriously benefit from just being just one button pressed.
Yeah, I'm saying it's going to be one button press, but instead of it's going to be a button on the screen, it's going to be for PC. They just have to press either Q or E.
Oh, okay.
And in mobile players, there's just going to be like a small area where a button can pop up, and they just have to press that.
I think what we should do is have the option to either press a button or be able to tap the same button on screen on keyboard.
I think the button press would be at an advantage, though.
Why would that be an advantage, since that's what mobile players are already doing?
Well, with what I'm saying with the mobile players is the button's not going to appear in the same spot. There's going to be a grid section of where the button can pop up, and the button can pop up either like in this corner or that corner, but not in like the extremes of the screen.
Oh, but then wouldn't for the random player it be, or like for the keyboard player, wouldn't that be an advantage? They could just press Q or E. I feel like that's a 50-50 split decision, whereas for mobile, you have to look at a whole surface area and calculate that.
Well, I'm saying it's going to be small. So it's going to be like a pretty small area. And then maybe we could have a penalty for whoever, if you press the wrong button, or you tap somewhere on the screen, right? And it's not the button.
Well, if you press the wrong button, you probably just lose anyways.
You probably do just lose anyway, but we could have it where you miss.
Yeah, like you just completely miss, so it's like you can't just fat finger everything on like your keyboard.
Right. Where you miss, and if both players miss, then they go on to like maybe a second round. I don't know.
I think we can just make it be a tie. If it's just a one-round
maybe we just
thing.
do a tie. That might be a bit easier for what we're going for.
Yeah. And then if the necessity demands it, we can determine if, for other game modes, if a tie is an acceptable result for a match, or...
Yeah, maybe for pro mode, it just goes on until one person dies infinitely.
Also be in variations, probably.
And maybe make it so, like, you have to have, like, you have to have 20 wins in order to go into pro mode or something like that.
Classic mode. One button press.
Also, Evan says that he knows how to script in Lua, so he could probably do it for us.
Yo,
so that's
sweet.
Nice.
Make it keep going until someone dies after 6 shots. They have to reload. That's funny.
That would be funny.
Wait, Doyle just opened a Pandora's box I think is really interesting. Hear me out. Once you fire, you can keep firing, and there... Okay, this might be a bit complicated, because I know a lot of games do it.
This is getting a bit complicated already, for a relatively simple game.
If you do have all 6 rounds, you can fucking keep shooting after you've shot them, if you want to, and then
yeah, that would be
kind of
disrespectful
ragdoll from it, like as a disrespect thing.
Yeah, where we could have it where it's just like after the person's dead, there could be a button that says disrespect, and then if they do that, maybe they do like some sort of like disrespectful, like they swing the gun on their like character and then they fire.
Hear me out, better idea. Instead of that, there's an option that you have even before you draw. That's just a taunt. While you're doing a taunt, you can't shoot. So if you taunt, just don't lock the gun after they die. Yeah, pretty much. Just don't lock the gun after they die, and you can straight up just keep shooting. But
well,
yeah,
the thing is, we can't really do that because the gun is going to fire on a single button.
Well, the button still stays on screen, and it's
like we're not having it click. If you click, you shoot. That's not it. If you press a button, you shoot.
But unless we after you
And it's
shoot,
going to be like pretty scripted, so.
but it requires additional scripting to lock that after you fire the initial shot.
Well, not really. We're going to have a model, and then it's going to just shoot an invisible death beam, pretty much. And then if that hits the player, they die. Like, that's how the logic behind it's going to work. Like, they press the button, the other player basically dies. Based on, like, whoever presses the button first, they die. And, like, of course, we're going to have, like, maybe, like, a trail or something of the bullet going towards the player, but...
I think bullet trails are a great choice for something we could make out of cosmetics.
Yeah, but basically, they press the button, they die, right? Whoever presses the button first dies.
Also, I do agree with Doyle that there's probably simpler ways of doing that as well, not having to do it to just be a death beam, like, because especially with the Roblox story.
I'm explaining that badly, but basically the logic I think behind it is basically whoever presses the button first wins, basically, because the other person dies if you press that button. I'm saying there's going to be like an animation of like maybe the bullet shoots them or something like that, right?
The way programming typically works is, unless you actively go out of your way to do more work and script that, you would just be able to keep pressing the button to have the beam basically... That, I know you said you explained probably using the death beam analogy, but it would just keep firing.
Not really, because I'm saying like you press the button, they die, and then there's just going to be an animation of you shooting. I'm not saying like I said I explained that poorly because it's not like a death beam. You literally just press the button first, the other player dies.
Yeah, but if you also rig that keybind to do something, the player dying is something that can only happen once in an instance, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could just have a button where it says like disrespect and it maybe plays a short animation of you shooting the guy. Yeah, just so check who pressed the button first. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to say is that the person dying can only happen once by pressing the button.
Yes.
But an animation can keep being played over and over unless you lock it so it can only play once. And it would just restart the animation over and over.
Well, that's why I'm saying we differentiate the two. We have the kill button, and then we have the disrespect button. Where if you want to, you can disrespect the person. And then from there, if we want to go down the monetization path, we can have like different disrespects, animations for those who buy them, all that kind of stuff, right?
I think what disrespects is, I don't know if you caught what I was saying earlier about taunts, like the idea of taunts. Is
it's pretty much a taunt, but after the person's dead.
I say we make it so you can also do it before the person's dead, and just while you're doing it, you can't fire. So if the draw happens mid-taunt, you're fucked.
I think that won't work because this is about a game where whoever shoots first wins. So if you taunt, you're literally dead. Like that would probably be the worst decision you could make in the game.
Well, yeah, but it's disrespectful. That's the whole point.
I guess so.
Especially because I don't know what the kind of range we're expecting to put on the draw. I'm assuming it could be like 10, 15 seconds you could be waiting. And the taunt animation could be like...
I think it's going to be random. Like on a random timer from 10 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, like I don't imagine it'll be a fixed one, but a random timer. So it's like... Yeah, you could just kind of risk it all just to be... Yeah, that's what makes it so disrespectful. Exactly. Fair. Like, you are risking the L just to taunt this person because you're so confident you're going to smoke them.
Okay.
And then it could also play back into your face. And it's like, oh, because you taunted, you get shot in the face. There's nothing you can do about it.
Here's another thing also. I think there should be 3 rounds.
3 rounds?
Yeah. In one game, 3 rounds. Best 2 out of 3.
What if we do something like Monkey Raft did, where you can set the amount of rounds if you're playing with friends or something as well?
Yeah, we could have like a custom game mode, custom games sort of thing, where like you basically just shoot button which kills the player. Yeah, pretty much.
Killing the player. Top button which.
and then a disrespect button after where you just unload on the guy.
I don't think we have to label it as a different button. It could just still be the shoot button.
Not really, because the shoot button is going to be scripted differently, because the shoot button is literally just going to be kill, right? You literally just kill the other guy.
Well, you can just set that
I'm saying the
button
disrespect
immediately
button. I'm saying the disrespect button will be like the taunt button, where it plays an animation, where your guy like maybe walks up, puts 2 holes into the head or something like that.
Okay.
And I think that would be better, because
the
if we
disrespect button should have some sort of cost to it. Then, if we're making it a whole additional extra screw you animation, kind of like
it could be like in-game currency or something like that.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, you have to spend in-game currency to disrespect your opponent,
which adds more of a disrespect layer onto that. And I know people will probably pay Robux to just do that.
All right.
Oh yeah, we should also probably do like... Oh wow, look at this. Do we want the lowest timer for it to be 10 seconds? Or should we make it lower?
I think make it as low as 5. Be evil with it.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Wait, let me listen to like the spaghetti western jingle. The woo!
Woo!
So the cowboy standoff music sound effect lasts 20 seconds.
We should either shorten it or make our own then. Because I don't think people want to be standing around for 20 seconds too.
No, I think 5 seconds to 20 seconds is pretty good. Adds you as an ultra rare super legendary. We can give you a custom gun if you want. Because there's going to be like gun skins, because we gotta have monetization in our game, okay? This is 2024.
What if we make an eagle punch disrespect animation?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves right now. We gotta learn how to do these animations in the first place. And so I'm just thinking simple animations for now. That's why I said like the walk up just twice in the head for the disrespect button, right? And maybe as the taunts we could probably like, I don't know, find like some western taunt.
I mean, if Roblox animations can be like done through exported Blender projects, then I could probably do it because I've done that before, but...
And then I'll leave that to you. I'll do all the modeling if you want to do all the animations. Like, model the lobbies. For the guns, I have a friend that can take care of that.
Oh, I love environmental, what's it called, environmental modeling.
Well, if we both want to do it, then we could do 3 maps. So here's the ideas I cooked up for the 3 maps. Gotta have the classic saloon, maybe or
a saloon
like Western
in the middle of town. Yeah.
That classic stuff. Do you know what also has a lot of duels, standoffs like that? Star Wars.
Okay.
Gotta have a Star Wars map. And I think that is...
You just call it space/sci-fi. I don't think we can get away with using Star Wars.
Yeah, we could just have a piece space sci-fi, and it strangely looks like a place from Star Wars. You know, just like a strange coincidence, as most Roblox games have it.
Of course, of course. I think leaning into especially, I feel like
Oh yeah, Doyle, what gun skin do you want? Let us know. We'll make one for you.
because I think a big thing, something that I know specifically with Roblox games is the way you keep a concurrent player base is by consistent updates. And they don't have to be major updates, you just have to have updates. And
Yeah,
I think one of the best ways for us to do that is going to be through maps and making new
yeah,
maps. And I think I really kind of I like how you touched on Star Wars instead of just saying space sci-fi, because I think basing maps off of intellectual property as
Oh, we're in it for the dollar bills, Doyle. Like, I mean, don't you know our name? Kitty Corp International.
exactly.
We are Kitty Corp International. We are about working for our shareholders, for the good of the shareholders. Gotta make as much money as possible.
It's all about the quick buck. We all know half of all Roblox games don't even work properly, anyways.
But yeah, we also do kind of want to make it a quick game, a fun game, and I think this is a fun game. You know, I like games I like this. They're simple. Play it for an hour or two. Spin a few crates for gambling. Engage the endorphins. Yeah, but this is for like Roblox players. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Concord was drip. I don't even want to hear it, bro. That game was awesome.
Concord, that's the one that like failed in like 2 seconds, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That one like died literally on arrival.
Also, I'm thinking about instead of 5 seconds, make it 3.5.
Sure, I think shorter is even better. I think it's very fun. Just absolutely knowing you're not safe, and it could like any second you could just be like, oh, fuck you.
Okay, but I don't want to make it like too short because I kind of want to get like one wah 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 off or something like that.
We could also make that like a quick
Okay,
2 seconds
1.5
before the round
seconds.
officially starts.
Nah, we can make it like 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because it sounded as soon as the round starts, this is good. This is the sound effect that's gonna play. Right, and then it can last as long as 20 seconds at the absolute maximum. So it's literally just this. It's literally just that. Make it play.
I can't hear it, bro.
I sent you the video.
Oh. Cowboy standoff music sound effect.
Quick Draw's budget is 400 million. Yo, you already know we're only gonna put $25 into this, and then the rest of it is gonna disappear.
Just
like disappear.
in labor costs. It's all labor.
Yeah, labor cost. Labor cost, which also includes dining in exorbitant amounts of restaurants.
That's overtime compensation.
Yeah, that's overtime compensation. Can we use the dinners as a tax write-off? You know, we go to like the fucking keg every single night. Yeah, that's like a business expense, bro. Nothing I could do about it.
Me buying a Bugatti as a business expense. I need to get to work somehow.
It was the cheapest thing I could find, I swear.
It was the fastest and most convenient item available in the market. Like, what can I say?
That's true. It's faster than most cars. I need to get to work fast.
Exactly.
But what about the speed limit? Well, the Autobahn speed limit is unlimited, okay?
But we don't live near the Autobahn.
Shut up.
Wasn't there a guy who, like, drove a Bugatti at, like, Mach 10 on the Autobahn?
I'm pretty sure someone did that.
I'm pretty sure they actually did impose a speed limit on it after that.
Yeah.
It was still ludicrously high, but...
Doyle, did you do that? The silence is deafening.
I say maybe I really like the idea of the Star Wars map,
Oh
but I
shit, we could
still
also do
say
like one in like Japan because everyone loves anime.
true. Do we
Also,
want
Star Wars is
to?
copyrighted, but yeah, I thought so. Just put like sci-fi, and then Japan. We could have like I don't know, falling cherry blossoms and the classic high school in the background because every single anime takes place in a high school.
We could, because audio is pretty easy to do, and I know how to do audio. Should we have like unique audio stingers for each of them as well?
Yeah, we could probably do that. If we could make like a Japanese sounding cowboy standoff music, that'd be so drip.
Okay,
Now, possible abuse. This is a
so how would exploitation even work in this kind of game?
duplicating.
Station. So
So I think we already agreed on this. We plan on adding like gun skins and all that to the table, right? Do we want to add
yeah.
trading as well or no?
Oh, we should. Say that's a discussion we say for a different time. I'm worried that's a
Okay.
bit too much for now.
Okay.
I'm currently on the side of no for trading.
Okay, fair enough. So we don't need to worry about duplication, glitch, or something like that. Exploitation. Now this
So
is why I poorly explained the death beam. I'm not sure God mode would work because we literally press a button, the guy dies no matter what. There's no damage coming. It's just instant death. I just want to look at maybe possible abuse that may happen.
I'm sure there's still ways. There's always going to be ways to override
There's
that
probably always
regardless.
gonna be ways, yeah.
So cheating, I mean, just general cheating slash hacking is always going to be exist in some way that we wouldn't be able to think of, like off the top of our heads.
Also, wait, I just want to go back to like the main lobby versus load into match thing real quick. So would they be loading into the match, or do we just want to have it where it's just like, like there's a set timer, you can go around inside the map and duel people in the map, where like if you're inappropriate, you like I don't know get like teleported to some location in the map. Okay, how do I explain this? Basically, you walk around the map, you go up to someone, and then you request a duel. The duel is 3 rounds, and you get like teleported to like certain areas in the map where you do the duel. Or do we want to have it where you walk up to someone, you duel them, they get brought to somewhere else, and they duel there? Like, how do we want to do that? Because I feel like that's very important.
I didn't think about that main lobby thing, but honestly, I feel like that could be more engaging.
Yeah.
The only issue then is how do we do these different locations and still make that make sense?
I just came up with an idea right now. So they get brought to like a certain area in the map. They can only see each other. Everyone else is invisible and made invisible.
I say we do a turn player an option where you can turn or turn players on and off in the settings.
Well, no, because every player would be like teleported to that one location, and basically everyone else is not visible, and you can only see each other or see your opponent.
I think it's way okay. This might be too complicated actually, because I thought it would be interesting if you really could just duel them anywhere in the map, and then from them.
But then you have to worry about like distance and all that kind of stuff, right?
Admittedly, the distance wouldn't matter since it was just a kill button, and it doesn't actually matter if.
I guess the distance doesn't matter, but
The
You
reason
might,
I think that would be really engaging specifically is because what if you're with a group of friends and you're all shooting the shit and wants like spectate matches, kind of like you know how we play those Undertale fighting games?
yeah,
Sometimes people will just watch other people fight. That's like half of the community centered aspect
yeah,
of that.
fair enough. My only
However,
worry,
I do
my only
agree
worry
it'd
is like
probably be a pain in the ass.
my only worry is like people like jumping in the middle of it, like distracting other people and whatnot, right?
And that's why I'm suggesting that there's a setting where you can turn players on slash off during duels,
Or if
because
you want to do the spectate thing, uh, we can limit the lobby to, I don't know, maybe 12 people, and then we just make enough like fighting area or duel areas where you can where people can't like go into the middle of a duel, but they can see like duels going on. Like, say for the saloon map, everyone is like in a saloon or something, and instead of it being the duel being happening inside the duel, you could go outside, and you could just see, I don't know, maybe like rows of people who duel.
okay, I'm not against that. I think that could work. I could definitely
I don't
do
think it's
some.
a later conversation because we kind of need to make the maps first, in my opinion.
Yeah, we need to talk about that if we're.
Yeah, because we make the maps first, and then we add the scripting in later. I think the way it goes is maps, models, scripts. I think that's the way that we should tackle this.
Models and scripts are more important than maps. To be honest, as
We
someone
don't know if
who's
the
done.
gameplay loop is fun yet. Well, the gameplay loop is the core aspect of it, I guess.
Yeah, and that's why we probably want to have that figured out first and foremost, because maps and other stuff that's starts
Fair
becoming
enough.
quality of life and whatnot. While this is my first time working on a Roblox game, yeah, I agree with Doyle. Um, I've done a bunch of like coding stuff and Unreal and other things, and yeah, making the core, like figuring out the core loop first and then building the maps based on that is probably preferable.
Right. Okay.
Suggestion.
Well, I wasn't even considering adding gun skins in quite yet. I thought that was gonna be like a version 1.01 thing.
Yeah, for our initial version of the game, I think we very much limit skins and whatnot.
I don't know.
Because
Just make like, I don't know, the LGBTQ box where you just get red, green, blue, purple, all that kind of stuff.
build the map around the game like gameplay. I agree.
Okay. Fair enough. But you get red, green, blue. That's the first one. Okay, so how would
Yeah,
we
because the only reason we'd want to even like have that is so that we know conceptually how we do skins for those kind of things and like having the infrastructure in place in our game for that to make sense. So then I think I agree with you. Lobby size should be very small. I think 12 people is a good amount.
100%.
And I think so then, because going back to what's it called? How's our main lobby going to look? Like specifically
So-
functionality wise.
This is why I wanted to like talk about that. So what I think is that the maps are the main lobby. Basically, you load up into a game, you're already inside a round. Like there's not a bunch of waiting. And then after a timer of like, I don't know, 10 minutes, the duels will be locked, and then a voting will happen. If you're in the middle of the duel, you won't get to vote. You won't have the vote pop up, right? You'll just do your duel. Then once when the map is chosen, it'll wait for all duels to finish. Then it loads into the new map.
Could you say the first part of that again?
Okay. So basically, what I think is that we have, when you load into the game, you're already in a round, okay? The main lobby is going to be the round. So let's say we have the sci-fi map. You load in, you're already in the sci-fi map. And if we're doing what I think that we agreed upon, where you walk around and then you, there's a prompt to duel them, and if the person accepts the duel, you basically go to an area of the map and you duel there, right? And maybe after 10 minutes or so, a voting duels no longer can happen, and a voting UI pops up for the next map.
So basically the system for Undertale test place.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And if you're in the middle of the duel, the game will wait for you to finish the duel, and then you go. We could have a timer on duels, so that way people don't just like stall it out and can soft lock the entire game. Or it could be like 3 minutes, or no, make it like a minute per round of dueling. So that way if we have 3 rounds, then that'll just be 3 minutes per duel. Right?
So then what do we do then if people are, because I feel like this is something that people could take at a more serious level and be very upset if they're interrupted midway through their round.
No, I'm saying
like maybe they're playing a very.
I'm saying that after 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, everyone votes for a map. It could be like 3 minutes of voting, and that gives enough times for duels that are currently happening to finish.
But then people have to sit around if their duels are finished as well for 3 minutes, and a lot of people aren't going to want to do that, especially in a game that's so focused on, that's really fast paced.
Okay.
Because this is the game we're making is very pick up and play, and the way I see it, has to have a very mobile app mentality where it's, you pick it up and you're immediately just going for it. You're not sitting there kind of taking it all in. And I feel like that kind of system could be counterintuitive to that.
Then what I think we could do is that we can take out the spectator system, just remove it completely. You can't really. Maybe we could still have it as like an option at the bottom of your screen, like where you can like press the spectator button and then go to a certain person and watch them. Maybe we could do that, but that's something for another time. But for now, let's say we remove the spectator thing entirely.
I'm starting to think then. Oh, sorry, go on. Oh.
And what I think is, like I said, that we just have like these places where people teleport to, maybe, and have like a duel. We could have like a scene or something. And that way, we could also like maybe, I don't know, hide it underneath the map. And that way, the duels are never interrupted. Once when, I don't know, you finish your duel, you just teleport to the new map. And we could just have the maps unload, reload, that entire thing, right?
Yeah, so then I think that's a way simpler way of doing it. Even though the other system is a way cooler if we got it to function, I don't think that's
well, we can still have it where you walk around the map, and then you press Q and E, and then it teleports you to that specific area, that specific map's dueling area. And then if like the voting for a new map happens, which could probably last around, I don't know, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, the new map loads, and then if you engage in a duel on that specific map, you get teleported to the map's duel location.
I'm thinking then we should just make the actual duel locations completely separate areas in the game, as opposed to like being accessible when you're.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could just those areas could be just like, I don't know, underneath the map.
Yeah, sorry, I was a little confused the way you explained it. My bad.
Yeah, that's fine. Like we have the separate duel locations be underneath the map, and the map itself you can still walk around in and all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you press Q and E, you get teleported to that specific area's dual location. That way you're not interrupted at all. People aren't waiting around. And in the future, maybe we could add a spectator button where you can spectate a person.
So then, peace out, Doyle. So then, the way I see it is we'd have to, and this works because we can just clone them, but from a specific coder standpoint, is just thinking about it in, like, logic and how it would logistically work. We need to have a minimum, if we have 12 players, 6 maps, hidden, that you can access, and the game's going to have to track which ones are in use and which ones aren't.
Yeah.
In order to be able to make the
system
system
work.
work.
We just make 3, and we just have it where players are invisible. I think that would be a lot easier.
Sound effects and other stuff can become an issue then, because that's actually hard to program, because even though it
Can we not just make it local side? Make all the sound effects just be on local?
We could. That depends. I've never used Lua. I don't know how it would look like then.
Right.
Even though it's more...
We can consult my brother. He's used Lua.
Yeah. Because the other way I saw us doing is like, yeah, we just have the 3 maps and we just clone them. So that there's 2 of each map. Is the other...
Depends on which would be easier.
Yeah. Because I feel like that one's easier but more constraining and, like, obviously worse as from a programmer perspective, but the other one is a bit more complicated.
Save on resources or not is the question. We're gonna be like yandere dev after this shit, bro.
Not the if statement. Oh, brother.
Oh, it's gonna be so drip. We're gonna have our own chalice and everything.
Nah, bruh. Do not send me a chalice.
Good boy,
I already just drink milk because I love milk. I do not want any sort of...
Oh, brother, you already got the cum chalice then.
I'm actually considering buying a chalice just to drink milk out of.
No! You literally are yandere dev, bro. Oh god, oh fuck.
I have an idea!
Alright, let's write down what we do. Main lobby is the map. Has separate dual locations. Players are teleported to. Duels happen there. After 10. Let's make it 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Voting UI.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be so real. I think, at least for now, we should consider the scaling. I think the whole changing the lobby map thing to vote for it should just be removed for now. I think that's something we can consider later.
Okay.
Because
Or
then we also
how
have to
about
create.
this if you want to make it simple? We make the main lobby a western town.
Yeah, I agree.
And then when you duel someone, you just get randomly teleported to a duel location.
Yep.
You just want to do that?
Yep.
If we want to make it more complicated in the future, we can.
Exactly, like if we want to have like different lobbies and whatnot, but that can get very...
Or how about the main lobby is the saloon?
Whichever one we think will look prettier. It could just be a saloon.
I think the saloon is better.
It's really fitting, so yeah.
We could have like the barkeeper be the shopkeeper and all that kind of stuff, right?
True.
Yeah, I think that's way better. Yeah, let's go with that.
That's really smooth and intuitive.
Yeah. And then that way you could still walk around the saloon. Maybe you could go up, you could pay like $1 of in-game currency to get like, I don't know, whiskey or something. but we'll call it, I don't know, Bloxy Juice. And that could be like it's an entire thing.
Now, here's where Kyle. Here's give me a sec. Actually, wait.
We could even add gambling, because we could have like a poker table or something.
Oh yeah, well,
That'd
like
be
you
fun.
could.
You can gamble. We gotta add gambling, Kuma. We gotta add something that's fun for us, bro.
Gotta do a little something special for the boys.
I think that would be fun.
Oh damn! I'm forgetting what I was gonna say. Oh, I had
The
something.
gambling distracted you.
The gambling is actually filled and intoxified my brain. Oh man, what was I thinking?
Oh shit! You should have.
I should just spit it out. Yeah.
That's why I have this document. You gotta just write it all down, bro.
I'll scribble them all in.
Alright, we are getting close to the end of our dev session. Alright, rewards for winning. $100. Or how about
Here,
this?
they're called doubloons. They have to have a unique name.
No, not doubloons. That's pirate. Gold
Wait,
bar.
you're right.
Or
Gold,
how about this?
I guess.
Since we want to add like monetization, we have gold nugget, primary currency, premium currency,
No,
gold
we're not
bar.
doing.
Yes,
we're
sir.
not doing a premium currency.
Just-
We are not doing a premium currency.
All right, let's just do gold
God.
bar.
Yeah, just do gold. We can just abbreviate it gold at that point.
Yeah.
So here's where
Premium
we come
currency,
from the
Kuma.
villains.
We gotta monetize.
Here's how we monetize, Kyle. Do we make it possible to revive in a duel?
No. Absolutely not. There are too many death games where you could just revive and act like it never happened. No, you die, you die.
To think about it.
No.
It'd be awesome.
No. I absolutely despise reviving. Reviving sucks. Nobody likes it.
It would be so awesome.
Listen, you have 3 minutes of just dueling. It's supposed to be fast-paced. If you revive, that makes it longer. Listen, we're dealing with TikTok brain-riddled children. That is our...
Who are gonna want to spend money to revive because they're salty.
No.
Here's
We already got
how
them
we
hooked
loop
on
the system.
gambling.
Here's how we loop the system, Kyle. They buy taunts. They buy things to disrespect their opponent.
Yeah, but they could just like constantly like reduel each other. What's the point of revives? Other than just that's that. I feel like we gotta have
You
winning.
can bet on fight.
We have. That's
You
what I
can
was
put
thinking.
money on your fight.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking if you win, you get a base. I don't know, 50 golds. However, you can add bets, and I think that would be good. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think that would be tremendously fun.
Yeah,
I feel like we should. I feel like the way we should handle the economy is not overinflate and make each piece of gold like more valuable rather than less valuable.
Okay, so do you want like maybe 10 gold for winning and then you add bets on top of that?
Sure.
Okay.
I like that. Just because gold already sounds super, lucrative. It's like it still gets the same point across. Just I feel like inflating it less kind of makes it feel more valuable.
Also, I think we should have a max bet of 50 gold.
Yeah. Of course.
And then maybe in pro lobbies they can bet more gold. Right. So that way you can make more money inside of pro lobbies than just regular lobbies. And that gives you a more of an incentive to do so.
Admittedly, I do think, though, that we should definitely, if we do plan on making higher possible bets, we should really worry about the pricing of cosmetics. We're obviously going to want to use a like a loot crate system.
Yeah.
We're not insane here.
I was thinking
like,
maybe like a loot crate system, 100 for a common crate, 150 for a uncommon crate, 200 for a rare crate, and then maybe 500 for a legendary crate.
keep it the first 3 rarities. Last one, the legendary crate, is Robux only.
No, I don't think I want to do that.
That sounds scummy, but every game does that.
If we do that, I think we should have a godly crate, which basically just removes uncommons and commons.
Yeah, yeah. I think
that's
if,
the Roblox only crate.
yeah, Robux only crate just removes all commons and uncommons and guarantees you a rare.
Yeah.
But I think at that point we should just do that. Having too many crate types kind of muddies the concept for a lot of users.
That's why I'm saying common, uncommon, rare, legendary. That's the ones you can just buy straight up.
I say we keep it to 3. And we can kind of mess with the rarities a bit more.
Rare, legendary.
Yep.
Common 100, rare 200, legendary 500, and the legendary one gets rid of commons, and I think that's fair.
Yep.
And
I like that.
That gives you incentive to grind, to bet, to do all that kind of stuff, right? To go through the game.
Because then you can't really get anything if you're just playing the game without. You're only gonna get trash if you're not going to like actually risk and gamble.
Right. And it's like 10 gold for winning, so that's 10 matches, and you get a crate.
Which I think is very reasonable, given the fact
and then
that
50 matches. This is good. This is thinking that you are gonna win. Right. Losing. I don't know. Nothing.
It's 150.
Do we want to add like a progression system, like XP and all that kind of stuff? I don't think we should. I don't think we should do levels.
No, we shouldn't. I think my only concern.
I was saying 100 and
200. Yeah,
that way people don't get like weird balances where it's just like they get after like buying a crate they get like 37.5 or something like that, which I think is weird.
Yeah, that's fair. So, what was I gonna say? Here's the thing: we want something, anything
Actually,
that
maybe
keeps people.
To like 300. So that way, there's like a 200 difference between all of them.
You want an exponential curve for rarity. Typically, it's works in favor of monkey brain.
Okay, fair enough. It's only like 300 more. That's only 30 games if I win them all. Actually, maybe make legendary 700.
That's steep.
I'm thinking bets, right?
That's just true, because you could just win like 50 gold every single match.
Right. It's steep. However, I think I want legendary to be incentivized that you have to bet for.
Yeah, we can keep it at 700. I say we talk about that with Evan and also with other people and see what they think about the monetization.
I don't want monetization to be our main focus, but I do want a loop. And crates are a good way to loop.
Exactly. I want an addiction loop. And the other thing is dailies. We want dailies.
We also do want dailies. And if we want to make golds valuable, I think having the 700 legendary makes it very valuable, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's kind of like how in the Death Note game we play, how honestly the prices in that are super steep, but it makes getting a good Shinigami or a good title feels like
really good.
You get hooked into it. It really ropes you in because like, well, invested so much, I'll finally maybe get something good out of it.
And for this too, we could probably steal that daily reward system, where you have like two things that increase your gold, and then one thing that I don't know maybe gives you a common crate.
Yep. 3 rewards, 2 monetary, 1 crate.
Yeah. And maybe make like the max. Let's say lowest for doing a daily. Also, this should probably just be put under its own thing.
My other concern for now is also that the amount of cosmetics we have it doesn't justify having. It's the other reason I was kind of worried about too many crates. Is it doesn't justify having this many crate rarities.
Yeah.
Since it's something we don't want to invest too much into yet either.
What I think with time we'll add more skins, and all that kind of
course.
stuff. So that's the entire thing. So I think the max money you can get from a daily should probably be 70.
You're thinking 70?
Yeah. And I think that's pretty good. And that will probably be like a hard challenge, because if you get 10 gold for winning, then that makes the 70 gold pretty good. And then the lowest, I think we should just do 20. And it could be pretty easy, where it's just like win one match, 20 gold.
I say 20 feels a bit... I mean, yeah, if it's real easy, then yeah. It depends on how hard we want to make the challenges, I guess. So
I'm thinking like the 70 gold challenges are going to be pretty difficult. Like win 3 matches in a row.
I feel like that's reasonable. I feel like that's reasonable for a 70. Yeah.
Or how about this? How about this? We have like 3 different types of challenges. So we have one, which is just easy, which grants 20 golds. Easy, 20 golds. Medium, it could probably be 50 gold. 40 golds. And then hard, which is 70. Right?
Sure.
And basically you get, I don't know, there's a dice roll. We probably have 3 of each, right?
Yeah. I say for now, this is as deep as we should get into this, because we want to focus our efforts on the other core of the game more. I think this is kind of expunged topic enough to get us on the same page.
Right.
But yeah, this should definitely be not our priority for the development flow of the game.
Right.
So the most important reason to have this is to be able to program the functionality of it, specifically where and how loot crates are going to be purchased and whatnot.
What do you mean second press to on? Oh, this is the disrespect, right?
In pro mode, I thought it was you draw first and you shoot again, and then you press another button to shoot.
No, so what I think, so you basically draw, and then there's another button, and you shoot. So there's a button to draw, and there's a button to shoot.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to express.
Okay. I don't, I'm just gonna clarify this. Right. Alright, thank you.
Sorry, yeah,
just wanted to clarify that.
No worries. The other thing, I feel like it'll be very complicated to program, but I really do think an elimination style thing with this gameplay could be very engaging and potentially garner more people than the base game mode.
So here's another thing I'm thinking. So we could have like, I don't know, the poker table just as a joke in the saloon. And another thing we could have is basically where there's another table where people go to it and you place a bet. Because I really like the bet idea, and I think that would be really fun. Basically, at this table, I don't know, we could probably have like 12 people sit. Not 12 people. Actually, yeah, we could have like the entire lobby if they want to sit, and a timer will click down if there's 4 or more people in it, and a round will start on that table, where
Mm-hmm.
players will get their guns. Like 2 players at a time will get a gun, and they have to shoot the other player.
Yep.
And it could probably be just like the classic click shoot, right?
I think so. I agree.
And that could be its own little fun side game. Like there's
I like that.
not too much effort placed into it. It'll probably be very quick, and it'll be something that is nice and simple.
I still do think that is going to be the hardest element to implement into the game, despite that.
Probably. It could just be like if they die there, they just get sent back. I don't know, to the spawn saloon. I don't think the death part will be hard.
No, the death part's really easy. It just does the same thing as like pressing the reset button. Like it's not complicated. The hard part is obviously the randomization aspect of like who draws what and keeping account of the bets and whatnot. And so I'm sure it's not like incredibly difficult, but it'll take as much effort as programmer or core gameplay loop is basically what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. And it'll
So
just
we
be
should
like
really-
a side thing, and I don't think we'll give any rewards for doing that except for the bets.
I agree with that part. However,
And
I
I think
think
the
we
max bet should be probably 10.
for the amount of effort that we're going to be putting into this portion, we should make it very clear that it is a second game mode that you can access.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Elimination mode. Players can table and adds a bet. I'm just gonna say timer because that's how they always do it in these games.
I think this is good. Lowest you can bet is 5, max is 10. Right.
Sure. I feel like I am considering though. This is something we should talk about later, not now. Is once we see it in practice, it might be valuable to make the amount of bet you can get from elimination mode a bit higher, just because you're so much less likely to win it.
Yeah. But the problem is, like, whoever wins is going to be pretty rich.
Yes. And the other thing I'm thinking is noob farming. There's going to be a lot of low skill players that are going to be very easily farmable by people who are better. And I feel I've seen this myself in Roblox. People suck at this type of reaction stuff.
They do. That's why I kind of want to have a buy-in where you're risking something, whereas the main gameplay you can bet if you want to, but you're not risking anything. And it's like if the other player places a bet, that's on them, right? If you don't place a bet, then like that's not your problem. That's my opinion on the entire thing.
Generally chosen to draw this.
I'm thinking that we do it the way that Deathbox does it, where they get the gun, they have to click on the person. So that way it breaks from the core gameplay, and it's pretty simple.
Sure.
Maybe
Actually,
we can have
like
it where instead of you have to look for the person's name, it highlights your opponent. So that might make it a bit easier, right?
I actually kind of really like the aspect of you having to figure out which person is your opponent. I thought that was really engaging when Death in the Box did it. I really enjoyed that.
Sure, I guess. We could do that.
Draw. We can obviously see how fun it is in practice.
Right.
Names will be shown.
Where it just says, like, on your screen, target this person.
Screen it will say which 2 players have to shoot each other.
This also gives people a way to like essentially show off their guns as well to the entire lobby.
It does. I
Of
agree.
course, it'll be on the person's hip, but I think this will be an easy way. We could just have
I
it where like there's guns on each side of the table, and then it just like changes form depending on who sits there.
to, to shoot. Winner stays, goes to last man standing. Does that make sense the way I wrote it down?
Yeah, pretty much. Last man standing gets the bet.
And standing, last man standing wins. I say we should give second place a portion of the bet.
No.
No?
No. Winner wins all.
I think that usually incentivizes players to play more, is having that kind of system, but
we don't really want to incentivize people to play this one more than the main game. This is just something to like break out from the main gameplay.
okay.
And like you said, people might try to use this as a farming, right? So we want to disincentivize that as much as possible.
That's true.
I mean, like, if you win this, you get 120 gold. Right?
That's assuming a full lobby. Most likely, I imagine.
That is assuming a full lobby. And the lowest you can win is 40, because I think you should have 4 people in order to start this type thing.
Only issue I'm worried about is being able to convince enough people to naturally join it, if that makes sense. Assuming our lobby is small, which it probably will be, because if we choose to stick with the 12-player limit,
yeah,
then yeah, you'll be able to see people trying to start up matches of it. So that'll work. But that is my only concern, is it might just be very difficult unless people start messaging each other, which a lot of players don't actively try to do, admittedly, to...
But then again, this is, like, not the main portion of the game. Like, if people play this or not, I think is fine. I think if our game, hopefully, and this is praying, if our game does get popular, then I think people will eventually just naturally figure out that it's there, and some people will do that. And plus, we'll have, like, people with their friends on, right? And then their friends will...
Mm-hmm.
If you have, like, a friend group who's kind of, like, in our age range, they'll get a big kick out of this, right?
I find most people tend to play Roblox in either two-man or three-man sessions is the thing.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could just make it like a 3-man thing.
Okay.
Because I think 2 players,
Two players obviously makes no sense, but once you have 3 players or more, it's like, well, yeah, then it does differentiate it.
I think that's a pretty good idea. I think that's good. All right, let's finish up for the day, and I think this will be a good starting point. A very good starting point. Losing, I think that's simple. You get nothing.
Nothing. Lose money if you
bet.
If you bet.
Skin rarity, I think we just keep it plain and simple. We have common, uncommon, rare, legendary, and we can add godly. Or let's make a
call it limited. That appeals to Robloxians.
limited.
Yeah. Games do that. You know games do that.
I do that. They either do like godly, unique, or limited or something like that. But I feel like we should actually have like, if we go far enough, we should probably have like limited events. And I think I want to differentiate the two. So we'll call it divine.
Sure.
I think that separates us enough.
I ain't got qualms with that.
Yeah. And I think that's good. And then there's also a certain subset that I just want for, like, I don't know, the core of us, where we just call it like admin or something.
Yeah. It's like, fuck it, I just feel like making a gun specifically for myself, why not?
Yeah.
But that's not something that really needs consideration, because you can just do that if you feel like it.
Right. And that's just something that I do. I do kind of want to differentiate them, because I feel like when you have like whispers of like a hidden sort of subset, that does add an entire drive for the people who want to collect all of them or want to see all of them or something like that, right?
I just had this one thought that I realized just because of how simple the game is, how ridiculous weapon skins could hypothetically be.
Oh, when you get into MM2 weapon skins, they get crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining someone sitting on top of a fucking cannon.
Like,
it just fires a cannonball at the other guy.
We could do that. That'd be sick.
So
but like,
funny.
look at this. This is I'm not sure if you're on the stream right now, but this is like there's like MM2 where they have like crossbows, axes, a rifle. They have sights.
I can't see it. Hold on. Okay, my stream's updated. Yeah.
Like they get crazy. Like, look at this. They get nutty.
Jeez Louise.
They have the ice piercer and whatnot. Like, wow.
Ice piercer. I hardly even know her.
Very funny. Anyway, I think that's pretty good for a good day. We got our
So
core gameplay idea and everything. And I think that's a good hour and 16.
Sweet, and that gives us kind of a direction.
Yeah.
To the project.
Okay. Now, do we want to divvy up the task now, or do that on a different day?
We should do that when we're I say we do it on a different day, mainly because there's other people working on this.
Yeah.
That we need to consult as well, and figure out their portion of this.
Right. I recommend that Evan just handles the scripting.
Yeah.
Evan teaches Lua at a.
So he's cracked.
That's kind of like his. I wouldn't say he's cracked, but like part of his job is to work at a place called Code Ninjas, and
you just
they teach Lua there.
I know people that have worked at Code Ninjas, but okay.
Yeah, they kind of teach Lua there to children, so I think Evan can probably handle a lot of this.
Lua, more like Pua.
Yeah, he also, when I brought it up to him, he's just like, oh, really simple. So, you know, maybe that works out. And then I have another friend who I've already talked to. They could do all the weapon skins for.
Sweet.
And then the rest of that would just be up to us. If you want to work on sound design. I know you love sound design. I hope you go absolutely crazy with the Western Japanese sound effect. I think that'd be so funny and so good.
I could just, I might just like fuck around and just make a bunch of songs for the game as a whole, because like we can definitely.
If you want to, go
a bunch of stuff, yeah.
Maybe like lobby music and whatnot. All I'm saying is, please keep it in theme. Don't have death screaming for a Western track. Like you have like the banjo going. I think that'd be a bit funny. You just have like a banjo going on the side, you just hear like drums going off.
I'm sorry, bro. You haven't heard enough country deathcore in your life. I'm sorry. You're.
All I'm saying, I think that might be a bit of a turn off for a lot of people. It might go hard, but I don't think people are really wanting that.
You don't know what the people don't even know what they want, bro.
They want gambling and loot skins, okay? We're already adding that.
Gambling?
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, that's another thing we need to code in, the poker table. I'm pretty sure my brother can take care of that, but I think that would be funny. You just have
blackjack's. If we just do blackjack's very simple to program. But
yeah, we could just do blackjack. But I also kind of want to do poker because of the reference to the dead man's hand.
I feel like we do one or the other, not both.
Yeah, one or the other, and that is like just gonna be its own separate thing. It's gonna have like nothing to do with the game. It's just
Blackjack
there
is-
as an option.
There is an option. Blackjack is super simple, so if we really, if it's too much of a pain in Evan's ass, just
do that.
go with that. But I think poker is more in the
Anyway,
theme.
I think that's a good stream.
All right.
We barely got like 7 views. I did not expect that. We were just kind of like dicking around talking about the game ideas.
The game. There's 4 people watching right now.
There's 4 people
And
watching right now.
that's what it's telling me.
Holy, we're popular.
Yo, we
What
got
the
the
fuck?
hose, bro.
No way. We're the top on YouTube Live, bro. We've done it. We've peaked.
Please shut up. Please never speak again.
Yes, sir. Alright. I don't know. Thanks for the people who came out, I guess. We're gonna be doing this every Wednesday.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You're in it for the long haul. You got something to say? I'll fire your ass. You're not gonna get any loose skins. No gambling for you.
I don't get paid.
You get paid in the ability to gamble.
Oh my god. I love gambling. Did you say gambling?
I said gambling.
Holy shit. Did you know I like gambling? Is that why you said that?
Yes, sir.
Dude, gambling is so awesome.
Gambling is great. So if you want to gamble, you better work.
Hoorah, soldier.
I don't know. I'll send you some Robux for the Dev exchange.
Yo!
Make money off of it. We can split it 50-50.
The Roblox sugar femboy.
Let's go. I could set it up where it pays us 50-50.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fair too.
Generally, like, I don't see how we split it elsewhere and make it fair.
I was also thinking maybe 80-20, you get 20%.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, 90-10 where you get 10%.
I'm sorry, I think I'm a little ill of hearing today.
You're right, 100-0.
100 for me?
No.
But why wouldn't I get 100? I work very hard.
Taxes, bro. Anyway, that's the stream. Thank you. Bye bye.